What's up, people? What's up? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Look here. I just wanted to jump into this real quick. It's ridiculous, but I want to talk about the laws of the game, like the FA rules. This is their rules, and this is based off of the red card that was given, the second yellow, which then turned into a red card that was given to Declan Rice in the game versus Brighton over the weekend. I know a lot of people have talked about it. A lot of people have said what they need to say. I just wanted to dive deeper into it. I went and looked at the rule book. I also went and just took a bunch of still frames from the incident that happened before that yellow card was issued and the red card was given to kind of contextualize what I think the rule says and my understanding of the rule. So let's see this, right? The rule book is very, very, very clear. It doesn't mince its words. It says, let's look at the offense and sanctions. Let's look at the offense and sanctions of the rule book. That would be the first one I want to look at. Let's go. Let me pull that up real quick. If I'm not mistaken, that would be not procedure. Yeah, offense and sanctions. So let's look at the offense and the sanctions of the rule book and what the rule book says when it comes to the offense. It says if and when a free kick is taken, an opponent is closer to the ball than the required distance, the kick is retaken, unless the advantage can be applied. But if a player takes a free kick quickly, please underline that. If a player takes a free kick quickly and an opponent who is less than 9.51 meters, 10 yards, from the ball intercepts it, the referee allows play to continue. The referee allows play to continue. However, an opponent who deliberately prevents a free kick being taken quickly must be cautioned for delaying the restart of the play. Now, this is the part of the rule that the referee applied. The part where he says, oh, you delayed the restart. So he cautioned him with a second yellow card and gave him a red card. He applied that end part, but did not apply any of the other beginning parts. So this is what I wanted to drive at. Let's take a look at what happened with this free kick. Right here was after the incident occurred between Declan Rice and Veltman. And at this point, if you see what is going on, Veltman hits the floor, Declan Rice turns around and he's walking away. You can see Declan Rice walking away. You can see the ball is not rolling at this point. Some people argue that the ball was rolling. Some say it wasn't. I don't know. All I'm just saying is either of those arguments did not warrant for this second yellow and this red card. And I'll tell you why. Just follow me here. If we assume that the ball was rolling, that means Declan Rice did not obstruct the restart because the ball was rolling according to the procedures, right? To the procedures when it comes to the rules. Again, since they're trying to be stickler for rules, let's be sticklers for the rule. According to the procedures, all free kicks are taken from the place where the offense occurred, except indirect free kicks, blah, blah, blah. Now it talks about the ball. If you go down to the ball must be stationary and the kicker must not touch the ball again until it has touched another player. So the ball must be stationary. So if you say the ball was rolling, it means that Veltman already at this point had already broken one rule, which the referee did not, just chose conveniently to ignore. And if you say the ball was stationary, I want you to see what has happened here. Veltman, in getting up, has kicked the ball with his right leg. Watch this. With his right leg, the ball's been kicked. And that ball goes on and connects with Declan's left leg. You will see how the ball gets deflected. You can see that deflection from the ball, how it goes from here and how it deflects. So if we look at the rule again, what does that rule say? This rule here in the penalties says simply, it says, this is what I don't understand. It says, when a free kick is taken, an opponent is closer to the ball than the required distance, the kick is retaken unless the advantage can be applied. But if a player takes a free kick quickly, so if we assume that the ball was dead and Veltman kicked it with his right leg, right, quickly, and an opponent who is less than 10 yards, Declan is definitely less than 10 yards away from him, intercepts the ball, the referee must allow play to continue. That's what the rule says. Because if you want to say the ball was rolling, then Veltman should have retaken the free kick. There was no need for a yellow card. If you want to say that the ball was dead and Veltman's right leg hitting that ball, because now if we carry on and we look at it, you will see that at this point, right, the ball's made contact with Declan's back left leg. You can see the deflection over there. And as we move on, Declan then kicks the ball out or nudges the ball out, as the case may be, into the throw-in. or out of the field. Now, if we go by the rule, his Veltman kicking that ball real quickly as he gets off the floor and it's connected with Declan's left leg should be counted as a, because if you say the ball was dead and he kicked it and it connected with Declan's left leg before Declan flicked it out with his right leg, you should count that as a free kick taken quickly, which means a player who is less than 10 yards away, which Declan was, can intercept the ball according to the rule book, and referee must just allow play to continue. And if you say the ball was rolling before Veltman even touched it, right, then the free kick needs to be taken again, because the same rule says the ball has to be dead before the free kick is taken. So whichever way you look at it, it's not me trying to justify anything. All I'm saying is, yes, if you deliberately stop the restart of play, you should be penalized. But my point is, you have gone ahead and ignored every other rule before that final rule. The referees ignored every other thing and only applied the last one that he felt Declan did, which is obstructed the restart of the game. Now, is that fair on my part? I don't think so. So I think that red card for me is a null and void red card. I think, like I said, the referees in the EPL are probably some of the worst in the world. Some of the worst, honestly speaking. They destroyed this game that we love so much. And it's more about the refereeing. And sadly, it had to happen to my team. And then I have to explain it. And people are going to be like, oh, you're just taking sides with your team. You're trying to make excuses. That's not what this is about. This is basically about us looking at the rules and really just kind of like breaking it down and dissecting it. If we also then look at the second thing, the consistency. In the first half, João Pedro kicked the ball out of play, right? So the ball was going out of play, but he kicked it like another 30 to 50 yards away. That is also obstructing the restart of play, because he could have let the ball roll out and they could have picked up another ball and the play could have continued. Referee did not give him a card. When Bukayo Saka did the same thing, the referee did not give him a card. But when David Raya decided to try and slow play down and delay some time, what did the referee do? He issued David Raya a yellow card. It is the weirdest thing in the consistency as well, that they're so inconsistent with when they choose to give a yellow card or a red card, that it becomes very, 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 very annoying. And so here, that's my take on it, man. Like, I don't like to, yeah. And then let's just jump to the last part of this. He follows through with a vicious kick. I don't care what anybody says. You're kicking through a player this way, regardless of how light it is or how weak the kick is or how strong it is. The point is, you're also kicking him from behind. He is literally kicking at knee length. He's at knee length. and here we are, people are still trying to justify and say, oh yeah, guess what, the referee was right. Oh, and I'm like, I don't understand how they apply the rules. Now, I'm no lawyer. I'm not a specialist in anything as regards to when it comes to interpreting laws, but I can read. And I see that you've simply said that if a player who's less than 10 yards from the ball intercepts the ball after a free kick is taken quickly, we can argue, right, that Veltman, between here and here, if you see what happened, he had already stopped the ball dead. If you watch the video, I don't want to play the video so I don't get clipped, but if you watch the video before he tried to get up, the ball was in between his legs and he had stopped it dead. As far as I'm concerned, the ball was dead. And then he kicks the ball. It doesn't touch his hand. Watch this. And then the ball goes, and then the ball clips Declan on the leg. Declan is definitely less than 10 yards. But the rule says you can intercept if a free kick is taken quickly. I think that is a free kick that was taken quickly by Veltman. He wanted to roll the ball quickly because, see, he was looking up for a player. He wasn't really looking at Declan. Then he realizes, oh my God, the ball's got it to Declan. I've got to rush and kick it. I respect his dark arts. He did what he needed to do, and Declan fell prey. But the referee needs to be called out, and I think the refereeing in the EPL needs to be upped. Like, I don't understand what VAR was doing. I know the rule said VAR cannot, interfere in the second yellow card, but at this point they've got to start using VAR more. VAR should be able to still say, hey, stuff has happened before that. You need to look at the entire thing. You need to look at the entire thing before you just destroy an entire game by issuing red cards. Having said all of that, Brighton still could not beat us with 10 men. Yeah, and I'm proud and happy that we walked away with a point. if we had lost this game, I'll be very. It would have been a different story for me. I'll be upset, but you know, we walked away with a point. So yeah. All right, guys. Thank you very much. That's my analysis of what I think happened. Whether it's right, whether it's wrong, you let me know in the comments. Please like the video, share the video, and I'll see you guys soon.